Hello, my sewing friends. I sound like Mr. Rogers when I say that, don't I? But you are my friends. You're my sewing friends, and I'm always glad to speak to you. And I thought I would share with you some fabric that I just got at Joann Fabrics. I have been going crazy being in my house all the time, and I am pretty much of a homebody anyway, so it hasn't bothered me a lot. But after about 3 weeks of this, I'm starting to think I need to go to the grocery or to some place that I can go and get away from my house. Also, my husband's been working from home, and he is pretty much of a workaholic, so when he's gone a lot all day long, and he puts in like 12-hour days. So I have the whole house to myself, but when he's here, like anyone, like any of us, he wants to control his environment, and so that I get in the way of that. And of course, I already want to control this environment because it's mine. And so, yeah, we've had our little bumps along the way. But, you know, all things considered, it's pretty great that I can come back in my sewing room here and hide. And I do a lot of that. So, you know, I'm really grateful. I'm grateful that I have a beautiful home to be able to be stuck in, and that I have a very nice back porch that's screened in, and I can go out and enjoy the weather. We've been trying to take walks at night, and so, you know, all things considered, we're doing pretty well. So anyway, yesterday I thought, okay, I've got all this time to sew, but I don't have the right fabrics for the things that I want to make. And that just is so frustrating because I have a fair amount of fabric, not a huge amount of fabric. I have that, and I have another thing of shelves over there, but I mean, it's not like I own enough for a fabric store. No, not that much. But the things I want to make, I either don't have enough of something, or I don't have the right something, or, you know, what have you. So I knew Joann's down south. It's about an hour south of me, the store that I like. There is one about 20 minutes away. Actually, there are two, 20 minutes one direction, 20 minutes another. But they're smaller stores, like really small, and I don't like to go there because they don't have what I want a lot of the time. So I went to the big one down south and walked around with my mask on, wore my mask, wore my gloves. I was very safe, kept away from everybody. We were all 6 feet apart. Everybody was very respectful, and it's a big store, and I was in heaven. I walked around and thought, all right, I had walked in with patterns, and that makes a huge difference because I am so guilty of walking into a fabric store and just seeing something pretty and going, oh yeah, I'll buy that, yeah, I like that, and then never having anything in mind to use it for. And then when I get it home, I think, oh, that's pretty, but what am I going to use it for? So anyway, I went in armed with my patterns, and I came out with some really pretty things that I want to show you. So I'm going to start off with this. This is a Rayon challis. It is from their Doodles collection, and it's 100% rayon, so it's got that beautiful drape, and it's this gorgeous blue color with pink and a little bit of aqua green. So, oh, it's so soft. It feels so good. And this is going to be Simplicity 8640. Which I have made a couple of times and loved and still love. And this time I'm going to make View, what is that? View C, which is the red one here. And I'm going to make it for my best friend. I texted her while I was in the store, and I said, do you like these colors? Because she has long, gorgeous dark hair, and I thought, well, I don't know if she'd like this, but she said, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. And I said, good, I'm getting it for you, and I'm going to make that dress that you love. And so she is beside herself with excitement. And that makes me beside myself with excitement because I always love to give people gifts. Next up, I have this, which is, I think, Lyocell. It was with their silky prints, but it doesn't feel like, you know what it feels like is silk. So it's not a crepe de chine. It's not a slick polyester. but it's not a rayon either. It's just a very lightweight, kind of a cross between silk and lawn, cotton lawn. But I think it is beautiful. Just pink flowers with blue and kind of an off-white cream, kind of, I don't know, something like that. And I want to use that for Simplicity 8637. And I think I'm going to make this for my Mother's Day maxi for that challenge that T is doing over at Tea and Crumpets and Sewing. Tea and Sewing and Crumpets, I don't know. I'll link it below. But I want to do this view that she's wearing, which is the same as this one, but I want to make it a true maxi. So, and I may, there's a tie on here, and I may take that tie and just widen it and make it a true sash. So I don't know. I'm going to think about that. But yeah, I fortunately got enough of this to be able to do that. And it's so pretty. It's been through the laundry, and then I went to iron it, and my iron kind of leaked all over it. And I thought, oh no. So back in the wash it went, and now it's back out again, and it feels so nice. It really does feel like silk. Okay, then I got some crepe de chine, true crepe de chine. This is just a poly, lightweight, silky crepe de chine. And I loved the blue with the dots. Navy, I think these are navy blue or black. I think they're navy blue and white dots. They have this in several colorways, but I just liked the blue the best. And I have a decision to make about this one. I have two Laura Ashley patterns. One is vintage 1978. It is this one. And I want to do this dress. And I want to make it obviously a maxi dress that I can wear. This is a nightgown pattern. This is sleepwear. And the thing is, I'm so drawn to those little ditzy prints, you know, from like the 1930s. They're very small and they're very close together and very dense. They tend to read like a solid, like a multicolored solid. I have some up here. These are cottons, but you see what I mean? It's just a very small little 1930s-ish kind of print, calico. And so I love those, and I'm always drawn to those. And they had a few in this crepe de chine. But I thought every time I pulled one out and looked at it, I thought, that's going to make that look like a nightgown. So no. So this really just worked because it is drapey, and it's a print that isn't quite so nightgowny, I think. So I think, and it's got that drape that this dress needs because of the kind of a flounce there. And I looked at the pattern closely, and you can see right there, that's actually bias tape that goes around and ties, like there's a casing. And so it's got actually a casing and it ties. And I don't know about that. And I need to play with the pattern a little more in terms of fit. But so that is possibly going to be this. And the other option I have is McCall's 7972, which I dearly love. Again, Laura Ashley. I like the red one, which is the maxi, but I love these flounces at the top of this view B right here. So I knew I wanted to do both, and I thought, well, if I can't get that pattern to cooperate with me, I want to make this anyway. And they just, oh my gosh, these Laura Ashley patterns, they just take so daggone much fabric, like 5 yards, which, you know, isn't that bad, but these are not really cheap fabrics. So fortunately, I figured that each project was going to be under $20, even with the notions. And I thought, okay, well, I could probably do that. So anyway, gotta decide on those. If you have an opinion, by all means, tell me in comments, and I will take that under advisement. Next up, I have this suiting, which is a linen look, and it's kind of a gray green with woven with a white and it is beautiful. It's got a lot of body to it without being stiff, which was what I wanted. I looked at a lot of linens and I thought I want something that looks like linen, but I don't think I want linen because I don't want it to wrinkle. And so I looked at the blends and boy, they were too expensive. But this is suiting and it was perfect. So what I want to do with this is Vogue 1591. It's a Rebecca Valance jumpsuit. And I want to do this for my daughter. And I showed her the pattern. She loved it. I showed her the fabric. She loved it. She said, I think, Mom, if you put a black ribbon on this, then I think that that would be gorgeous with this. And so I thought, yeah, so that's what that's going to be. That'll be fun. And then I picked up some cotton. It's called premium cotton, and when it was on the bolt, it felt really drapey, but it feels much more like just a calico cotton right now after having been through the washer. But I think it's gonna be fine for what I want to use it for. It's just a rainbow stripe. Kind of looks like bees candy. It doesn't need to have a lot of drape just because what I'm going to use it for, it doesn't need to have a lot of drape. And the tricky thing I think about this is going to be that it is printed on the bias like this. See how that's slanted like that? Well, I want to make McCall's 7740 for daughter number 4, Jenna, my Jenna Benna. She likes View D, which is the one with the ties up the back right here. And she said, I want a more flared skirt. And so I know that'll be really easy to do with this. In fact, I think, no, this has a zipper up the back, so it's pretty much of an A-line skirt, but I know I can flare it out, not a problem. So that is going to be for her. This, I was really diligent looking at fabric choices on these patterns, and that did call for, it calls for crepe, but the very first thing it says is cotton blends. So I'm thinking cotton blend. I love working with quilting cotton anyway, so I think that's going to be really pretty. And then I found some basic white interlock. This is not jersey. It is not ITY. It is not that flimsy, tissuey little stuff. I want a t-shirt that isn't see-through. So I think this is gonna do it. It's fairly opaque. It's your basic white knit. That's all it is. So that's gonna be a t-shirt for me. And lastly, I'm gonna show you these. These are not from Joann's, but I've realized recently that I really like to have new labels. I have labels that look like this. They say Jenny's Originals. I've had these for probably 30 years. I got, I don't know, probably 200 of them, maybe more. And I just keep not running out. I mean, I've still got a stack about that high. And these are printed on, I think it's taffeta, but they just feel really cheap, you know, because they're not fabric labels and they're not woven. So because of that, I decided I would get some new ones. So I haven't even opened these yet, but let me show them to you. Well, you know what? Let me take them out of the package because probably it's gonna be better. There are only 50 here, and they were about 25 bucks, which I didn't think was too bad because they're very custom. But I really, really like them. Let's see, which way do they go? Like this. So they're just Jenny's Originals, and they've got a little spool of thread on them. I love them. I'll see if I can put a better picture in here, but I think those are going to be really nice. And they're small. I like that. They're really small. And I was able to get ones that had the lines. I don't know if you can see those. The lines on the side, which I really liked. I would like for the print to have been larger, but that was about all I could get. So unless I wanted to go really custom. And I thought, no, I'll try those out, and I'll probably use those up fairly quickly. So that is my fabric haul. It is so fun to buy fabric, to walk out of the store and have all these things that are going to be perfect for what you want to use them for, and just, it's like, yes, I've got sewing to do, and I know exactly what I want to do with it, and I know exactly which pattern and how much it's going to take, and I have everything to do it. Oh, I love that. And I'm going to be sewing for friends and family, and I like that too, because my closet is getting out of control. Oh my goodness. And I think if I make one more little vintage cotton dress, it's going to start throwing things at me. They'll come flying out of the closet. No, no more. Oh, I do love a little cotton dress. This thing I'm wearing is a maxi. It is a vintage, I forget. I don't know. I'll put it in the description box. It is a maxi dress, obviously, and this is a cotton denim. So, okay. That's it for now for me, and happy sewing. Hope you're not losing your mind, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.